What's up, everybody? It's Vigilante here, and today I'm going to be playing as Michael Myers. My brother actually gave me money on my birthday before to buy characters, and I bought Michael, but I hadn't used him yet. And I had a daily mission where I had to mori someone, and this is going to be my first ever match as Michael. I hope for more to come and for them to be recorded and to show you guys them, but I just wanted to show you this one. It's definitely not the best. I need to learn and get better at him, but let's get right into this. Alright, Hex Noah and Escape's Death, or Hex Noed, applies the exposed status effect once all generators are completed. And the exposed status effect means if I hit a survivor, they will go down instantly unless they have an effect, the endurance effect, which comes from both Borrowed Time and Medal of Man, and probably even more, I just don't remember. Now, this is a perk that only works once you're doing bad at the game and once all generators are completed. I can understand why people dislike it. And I still think it's too good. But there's a good way to counter this, and that's by getting all 5 totems. And it's a little time consuming, but if you can get all those 5 totems, you can prevent a very messy endgame. And it really helps out if you can get all totems, because no Noed, and not only that, the totems give you 1,000 blood points. But right now I'm just using this because I might be bad. Also 2% movement speed, it goes up to 4 at level 3, and that's not bad as well. Okay, now Hex Ruin is probably one of those perks that as a survivor you should expect. As long as it's active, all survivors are affected, and every time they get a skill check from a generator, if they hit the black part of the skill check, the generator goes down by 3%. Every time they hit the white part, they continue on and nothing happens. And Hex Ruin offers the most amount of time for killers, as it prevents them from working on generators as fast. And not only that, if you hit a good skill check, not only does it go down by 3%, but it stops you from repairing the generator for like 1 second for all players. And that's something that also helps. So even if you're 3 people working on it, 4, it prevents it for everyone for a second of working on it, which is like, I don't know, 3% of a generator to the same amount you would have lost. But the best way to counter Hex Ruin isn't just by looking for the totem, which is good, and if you can get it, always look around your area. But if you can continuously get great skill checks, then you can pretty much act as if Hex Ruin is non-existent. And do a generator in, I think it's usually 80 seconds. And that's really good. But you gotta practice with Hex Ruin, and you gotta practice getting those great skill checks no matter what. And even if you're not good at great skill checks, power through the generator. That is still one of the best options if the Hex totem is not in your area and you're near a generator. As it allows you to get progress on a generator, map pressure the killer, and overall you're working on something and not looking around for a Hex totem that could be on the other side of the map. So that's the best way to counter Hex Ruin, working through it and practicing those great skill checks. Because I'm telling you, practicing those great skill checks and getting through it, as I said, makes this perk pretty much non-existent. Okay, I don't know why I decided to slap on Thanatophobia. To me, Thanatophobia is more of an inconvenience to survivors rather than an actual obstacle to them. As for each injured, dying, or hooked survivor, they receive a penalty of 3.5% up to a maximum of 14%. Now, 14% is very minuscule when it comes to slowing down survivors. It adds maybe like a very couple amount of seconds to completing an objective, to completing a generator, or to even completing a heal. It adds like 2 to a maximum of 8 seconds in some points. And the reason Hex Ruin is loved so much is because it applies a very good effect to generators, while Thanatophobia applies a small effect to everything. And it's just more of a jack of all trades, and it's just awful. I don't see any reason you should actually use this unless you're at the very minimum Legion, who's able to land hits and able to keep survivors injured for a long amount of time, but even then it's not that very useful. And not only that, Thanatophobia doesn't apply to people that are killed. Thanatophobia is the fear of death, but when someone is killed, Thanatophobia doesn't apply to them. So if there's 3 survivors left and 1 is downed, that 3.5% penalty isn't applied. And it's small, but I believe that penalty should be applied. That when someone is down, it should still linger. Thanatophobia, fear of death, someone already died, wouldn't you be more scared? So thanatophobia, I don't think I will ever use it again. It's just too small of an effect. I just can't use it. A nurse's calling reveals the aura of a survivor who is healing. So if someone's using self-care or a med kit, then you can go over to them while they're still vulnerable and get a hit off on them. And not only that, if the injured person is being healed, a nurse's calling reveals both the healer and the one who is being healed, which I think is, a nice bonus. It tells you where they're also being healed from. So to some people that honestly, if they want a tunnel, they know which direction to even go for at that point. Or if they want to go for the person that's healing for thanatophobia like I have, it's garbage. They could go after the person who was healing at the moment. And overall, it's a really great perk. And with Myers, he doesn't exactly have the biggest terror radius, so you could probably get in within 20 meters of them healing, and you can see them, and it's really good. Use it. We are also using J. Myers Memorial as an add-on, which increases the rate we gain evil when stalking the survivor, and it makes it much faster to get to tier 3. Not only that, we're also using Memorial Flower, which slightly increases the rate evil is gained when stalking the survivor, which makes getting to tier 3 incredibly fast, and tier 3 allows us to one-hit survivors, and these two add-ons are just fabulous. Alright, so this is my first game as Myers. Don't judge me. Do judge me, I'm ass. I don't have Monitor and Abuse, and I know that, so I won't be able to sneak up on people and be able to grab them off generators. I've seen enough Michaels, and I've seen enough videos about Michaels to know what to do. Except here, once I actually have them, I don't know what to do. I know a survivor's over here because I hear the generator. I started stalking them. They didn't see me right away. They fucking jump scared me with that fucking pallet. I was scared right there. I decided to follow their scratch marks. I don't think they would have. I don't think they were gonna double back. I start stalking them again. My mission is to get to tier 2. Because right now at tier 1, I go almost as fast as a survivor. Right here, I think she's going to go around to the right and I can catch her off, but I'm dead wrong. I was fucking wrong, and I know they're going to that way. So right now I'm on tier 2, and I have the speed of a normal killer. I thought I could hit them through the window, because now, as a killer, you can actually hit them when they're outside of the window a bit, even after vaulting. Right now I'm just trying to get that tier 3. And I should have kind of expected her to camp at pallets. You don't want to camp at pallets. You want to make a distance and use other pallets. I know she's going to camp at that pallet. And I don't know. Like, I just knew to swing right through it. And then she throws down the pallet. So I got a hit and a pallet, which is probably the best combo you could ever have. Right here, I was expecting her to do it, but she was on her timing a bit. That was actually good. And then the ace comes over here. I have no idea why they decide to take the aggro. Right here, I miss because I suck as Myers. Miss again. Alex! My god. But right here, I know Myers has a really good lunge. His lunge at tier 3 is just god tier. Fucking nurse out here. Decide to hang him. Just right here. Right now we're at tier 3, which is a minute of exposure. Not only that, your terror radius is the same as a normal killer, but also as that you vault at 1.3 seconds, which is a bit faster than most killers. Right now I still have my tier 3. I don't hear the generator, I believe, going off in there. I go in here. I think the generator was working on a bit. I don't remember. I have my fucking headphones on. I thought I heard someone, and then I had to take a fucking step back and be like, yo, I'm hearing my own footsteps. I was hearing my own footsteps, and then I know I'm Myers, but they jump scare me out here. The survivor jump scares me at my last second of tier 3. If they waited another second, then they wouldn't have been down immediately right there. They would have just been regularly hit. Right now, we have 2 people hooked. That's a lot of momentum. I'm predicting someone's going to be going for that person. And I think I see scratch marks for it. Maybe I didn't. But usually, if I hook someone that's on one side, I predict that the person I hooked on the other side is probably going to get unhooked. I don't see him getting unhooked, so I decide to leave him for a bit.
And right now, Thanatophobia has 7% on everyone's action speeds. I see them doing that, so I decide to start stocking up on them. And then, what was it? What do I do here? Oh yeah, I saw the Nia. I saw the Nia going into here before. I think I saw her through that window. And then what was it? They vault through that. Oh yeah, right here. I I do that move where I look behind me so they don't see my red stain, and then I swing through the pallet, expecting them to do that, expecting them to be at the pallet, and it works like a charm. If they expected that and hit the pallet on me, that would have been terrible, but that play worked. The person that I hooked first is now finally unhooked, but because it took the survivors a long time to unhook him, now he's at stage 2. I see that person right there. I do the same maneuver on him. Bop! But I don't know why he decided to vault the pallet. That's just a free grab right there. But the person I hooked first, once I hook him again, he's on dead hook because he passed stage 2 on the hook. Which means, well, yeah, he passed 50% of waiting there. So if I hook him again, he's dead. His teammates should have gotten him a lot sooner when I downed the other person, but maybe they just didn't have time. Nurse's Colonnade coming into action. This person decided to use Deliverance. I don't know why he decided to use it at that time. I missed right there. My fault. I see this dude right here, and I expect him, yeah, to do that. Honestly, I should have swung for him on the locker, and then I should have kept the other person that was unhooked down here. I was near the basement. He decided to unhook himself on the basement, so that was more his fault. Nia going through there. The pallet's already gone right here. So try to 180 my ass? Nah. Oh yeah, and my daily ritual was to complete a Mori with the shape. First game as Myers, I get the Mori off. Yay! I didn't have the option to Mori that guy from the locker because I grabbed him, and if you grab him, you don't get the option. He becomes on your shoulders. No one's coming for him just yet. I decide to start patrolling generators because I'm not a filthy camper. Camping, I don't like it, but I can understand why other people like it, or not like it, but need to do it and feel the need to do it. And I can at least understand that. I don't hate them for it, you know. It's just a game. I decide to tier 3 on him right here. Usually, you want to have tier 2 on 99%, and then right once you're next to them, you tier up to tier 3, and they're dead. Like that. They just unhooked that guy, or maybe they unhooked him before, but I'm going after this person. I don't bring him to the basement, I bring him to one, yeah, right there, because the only generator is a little far from there, and it's a little out of the other generator's way. Honestly, I thought he was gonna struggle out of this one. I should have went fucking right. I'm a dumbass. Doesn't matter. I want barbecue on and chili on Myers, because if I have tier 3, I can just use barbecue and chili to find... Oh yeah, I saw you. I can use barbecue and chili to go from the hook survivor straight to someone else with tier 3. They're dead. They expected me to follow them. You always want to have your camera on the killer, and you want to always have a visual on the possibilities of where they might be. Like right there, they should have stayed on the other pallet, on the other side of the pallet, and have a clear camera movement, or have clear camera on left and right. That's what they should have had. Generator just damaged right there. The other survivor, again, I don't like being a camper, so I just dip. You know, I'm out of excuse. I did not use Nurse's Calling once during this game, and I don't think Thanatophobia at all helped. It didn't really do anything. I decided to start patrolling. I say I don't camp, but then I patrol. I'm a fucking liar. But what was it? I decided to start patrolling a bit, and what was it? They eventually get the unhook, and you can't tell me you don't expect me to go back once they unhook. Because there's only one player and another. Like, where else would I be? Damaged. Oh yeah, I checked the walker. I'm like, ooh, they better get the save right now. It's gonna be close. Just look at that health bar. Look at that bar, and then they come in with the fucking clutch. There we go.
I'm already making my way back towards them, so it's pretty much a GG at this point. No, well, yeah, they should have gone up a little bit faster. She fucking revealed her teammate. But even if she didn't reveal her teammate, I would have checked all the lockers if I didn't find him right away. And I was like, you know what? I'll give you a fucking head start, bro. I'll just hang this person and then you can go and see if you can find this shit. The fucking hatch. There's only 4 gens. I was like, fuck it. If he wins, that's fine. I got my fucking Mori of the day. I'm using that word way too much now. Jesus. And well, this is just a little chase between us, you know, friends. I predicted him to vault the pallet, then I was proven wrong. And well, I have no idea where this man is going. Then I see these scratch marks, these obvious scratch marks going over there. And right now, I know I get him in the end. Spoiler, but where I hook him, the hatch is literally like right next to it. It's right next to here, not right next to, but it's close to. And yeah, that was my first ever game as Myers. I GG'd everyone at the end. It was a good game, or I had a good game. I don't know about them. I hope they I don't know, but that was the end of the game. Fucking Noah comes in clutch after hitting shit, after hitting the hatch. But thank you to everybody watching. I hope you have a great day. See you guys next time. Peace.